Dan Hurley does not take the L.A. Lakers job, says no to it. Goes back to UConn where he'll try to three-peat, and the search for the new L.A. Lakers coach will continue. Is it J.J. Redick? Is that the next man up? Is it Kenny Atkinson? No, I don't think he's interviewed for that job. What's going to happen with that L.A. Laker job? And wow, can you believe somebody said no to the L.A. Lakers?
Well, that was my big takeaway. My big takeaway was like, and you've talked about it, the sheen on that brand has been taking a hit for a long time. I mean, they've been vacant for 35 days. How many days has it been since Darvin Ham?
It's been a long time. Long time.
There's the LeBron factor that you've addressed over and over and over. If he's staying or if he's not, like, you're kind of dead man walking in that one. And then B, like, Jeannie Buss, is that who you want to work for?
Rob Pelinka.
I don't even know if Rob Pelinka's any good at his. I don't even know if he's good at his job or not. I really don't.
Let's just say when the moves go well, it's because of Rob Pelinka. When all the things go bad, it's LeBron James. Like, so that's what Laker fans try to say.
That's a good point. But like even when they were down, like I get at the end of Kobe or whatever, there was still this like. Maybe I was wrong and people jumped off it, but there was this allure of being the Lakers. And I feel like that mystique is still there to a degree, but I'm shocked there's no coaches lining up to.
To your point, Joe, I actually think it took a hit during that time more when Jim Buss was making the decision.
Interesting.
The brother of Jeannie Buss, obviously. And then he stepped down during the whole Magic Johnson. Then he came back up. Him and Rob Pelinka. Jeannie started making more decisions. They bring in, Luke Walton. That didn't work out. But then they landed LeBron. It's like, wow, they got LeBron James. That's when Jeannie started becoming more of the face, right? And then they got Frank Vogel, and then they won. And now it's been this revolving door. No Frank Vogel, no Darvin Ham. What's going to happen next? But it is interesting. 20 years ago, they sniffed around Coach K, the Lakers, after Phil Jackson stepped down after that three-peat, and he said no, too. So where'd they go?
Right.
Rudy Tomjanovich. That didn't work out. And then what happened?
Went back to Phil.
They went back to Phil, and then it worked out. So, yeah, this is a very, this is probably the most difficult offseason any team has right now.
And it's a tough sell, right?
Yes.
Because of LeBron James, because of what's going on with the LA Lakers, his player option, coaching LeBron James. That's tough.
He's 40, but he's still good. But how long is he going to be doing this?
Right. They've lost in the first round, or last year they lost in the first round. The year before they go to the Western Conference Finals. The year before that they lose in the first round. So I don't. Who wants J.J. Redick really the answer here?
I'll say this. Be careful what you wish for, Warriors fans, those of you that want to move off of Steve Kerr so damn quickly, because the Lakers moved off of Phil Jackson, and they've had 7 coaches, basically.
Who has it been?
It's been Byron Scott. It's been
Mike D'Antoni.
Frank Vogel.
Yeah, Frank Vogel. So D'Antoni, Mike Brown. Luke Walton. So we're going to be on our 6th. I don't know. My math is all over the place.
Wow. I mean, geez Louise.
Darvin Ham's now back in Milwaukee as an assistant coach with Doc Rivers, going back to Milwaukee. Hey, good for him. Hopefully he didn't sell his home out there. Maybe he could go get his home back.
I'm sure the prices are much different than Los Angeles, Milwaukee.
There
used to be this thing about the college game. You see this in the NFL. There are in the NCAA. There used to be this thing like, well, at the college you got to do all the recruiting and all that. Now with the NIL, you have to recruit yearly, like literally yearly. But if you're running UConn, isn't that one of those rare spots that kind of has a built-in recruiting base? And not that you're not recruiting. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's of all the basketball franchises in the NCAA franchise, of all the basketball programs in college, it is a top 5, 6?
He had to build it back up. He built it back up.
Currently.
Which under Jill McCalhoun, I definitely think it was a top 5, top 10 program in all of America.
Yeah.
Kevin Ali did win the championship, but the program was up and down. And then it just got awful. They fired Kevin Ali. I think they hired somebody before. No, I think Dan Hurley did replace Kevin Ali, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he said no to Kentucky. People forget that Dan Hurley was offered the Kentucky Wildcats job at $11 million per year. And he said no to that. It's like, no, I'd rather stay at UConn. I've built in something. And look, UConn's got a great program, man. They've had a lot of players go to the league and become Hall of Famers, starting with Ray Allen, Donnie Marshall, Danielle Marshall, and you move on to Richard Hamilton and Khalid El-Amin, and you've had Charlie Villanueva and Rudy Gay. You've had a number, Emeka Okafor. I mean, you've had a number of players go to the league out of UConn. Jordan Hawkins now with the New Orleans Pelicans. I think he's going to be a legit three-point shooter in the NBA for a long, long time. So the Laker job just right now doesn't have that cachet. As we talk brands, as we talk It's got to be with the personnel. You got to have a baked-in organization where you know the culture's right. Now, I'm hearing rumors that maybe he wanted roster control. Maybe he didn't get that. But rejecting that huge contract from the L.A. Lakers, wow, it says a lot.
I mean, they dropped the ball not hiring Ty Lue when they had the chance a couple of years ago. Like, that seems like the one, like, you were overthinking it with Frank Vogel, Luke Walton, whatever the situation was then. But
if LeBron wanted him, he would have got him, right?
But
I mean, that's what I felt.
I think we all think LeBron's calling the shots there. I don't think he's as involved with this as we seem to be thinking. Like, he goes on the podcast and literally says, like, hey, like, they're doing that. Jeannie, Rob, like, they're aware that I'm here for a very short time. They also have to be thinking about the future when I'm not here. So that's unfair for me to get involved in there. Now, you can take that for
I don't buy that for a second.
It's worth. No, you can take that for what it's worth, but like that has to be involved in this, right? Like, I'm going to be here for a year or two and then it's like, that's it. See you later. Like, no, you have to be a little bit like, give the team some leeway in that for the future.
So the Warriors just bought a pick from Indiana at the deadline, 52 overall. Remember, they got TJD in the 50s,
Really?
55, 56 overall, and 52 overall. They bought the pick. Would that pick be Rodney James? Rodney James. Guy didn't even average.
It's a little too quiet on the LeBron to the Warriors front, if that makes sense.
So you believe that it's quiet because
the
things are
door's
brewing?
not shut, Monte.
The door's not shut?
I think it's ajar.
All optimism, baby.
Boy, LeBron James. How much better are the Warriors with LeBron James next season?
Oh, who's out? Like, who's
Clay's
in,
probably,
who's out?
Clay's probably out.
See, I think Clay
Looney's
would
probably
actually.
out.
Well, I don't know about defensively, but offensively, Clay alongside LeBron wouldn't be bad
It wouldn't be bad at all.
at all.
But where does that slot Kuminga? Where's that slot Andrew Wiggins? They better with LeBron. Bronny James at 52. The guy didn't even average 5 points a game in high school. I mean, in college. Looked awful in college.
I hate to be this guy because I don't want to critique an 18 or 19-year-old, but like I was sending it to the thread. Like I'm not even trying to like. He wasn't even like he wasn't even a rotational player.
I know
for USC. Now, granted, he had the health thing, which is a very like serious thing. It's just I feel like the poor guy could have really benefited from like a little more obscurity for another year. Like I really do. Just long term. I talk a lot about like doing a disservice to your own child when it comes to coaching and stuff. There's a lot of crazy parents out there. It's like, LeBron, dude, you're literally doing the playbook of like you're kind of setting your own kid up for failure here. It's
not good.
But you know what? It's his son. I'm not going to tell someone how to raise their kid. And Bronny, I'm sure, has some input. He's an adult by age, if you will. I still believe 19-year-olds to be kids. But like, it's just, I think he would have been best served another year in college.
Speaking of the Lakers and JJ Redick had minimal contact per Brian Windhorst. Going for Hurley was a stunner and aggressive, but it also told a deeper story. The Lakers were not in love with the other candidates, the other available candidates, I should say. They might keep looking outside the box, perhaps even for another college coach, now that their willingness to enter that market has become transparent. I heard
Randy
a rumor
Bennett?
about... Oh, no.
I'm teasing.
I heard about Jay Wright.
Jay Wright?
Yeah,
Ooh, I actually kind of like that.
Mark Stein said that they were that sneaky candidate be Jay Wright from Villanova.
I kind of like that, though.
He did coach. He was an assistant on USA Basketball, Team USA.
All his guys develop into the league, yeah.
Well, not all of them.
Okay, you're right.
Worked out for the Knicks this year.
Yeah, it worked out for the Knicks, but it hasn't worked out for Amari Spellman and
Pascal made the rookie team. Come on.
I mean, but no, he's a good college coach. But he was around the pro game. He was around the pro game, around the pros of Team USA, so he has that experience. Maybe he's ready to coach in LA and wear some nice fancy suits down in Hollywood.
He is sharp. He is a sharp
the
dresser.
Best part about this whole Dan Hurley thing, let's be honest, it's Woj versus Shams. Like Adrian Wojnarowski dropping that Dan Hurley bomb last week right after Shams reported that JJ Redick was the number one guy there. And now JJ trying to dunk back today saying, no. It's always been JJ. The whole thing is fascinating.
Shams,
Because it's the clutch aspect.
Yep.
It's everyone trying to one up each other.
Woj basically negotiated Hurley's contract for him.
What?
Woj basically negotiated Hurley's deal. He got used and basically negotiated his deal. It's unbelievable what's going on with Adrian Wojnarowski and Shams.
No.
I mean, it's basically what happened. I'm hearing that he could get a 6-year, $60 million,
So he's
$70
just
million.
throwing a dart at the wall?
Just basically negotiating for Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley's agent's like, yeah, what Woj said.
Dan Hurley's like, yep, we're getting the bag.
What's Woj said?
We're getting
right here.
the bag.